Okay, Sabo. Is this what we're really doing?
Yeah, check. Yeah, we good. Check it, man. Good morning, good evening, good night, good whatever it is, whatever time of the day it is, wherever you are in the world, tune in, listening to this. Good morning, good night, good man. I just said that, it don't matter, man. Check it, man. Y'all are tuned in to Produced by Sabo World, and I'm your host, Sabo World. And I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Lump Made Publishing LLC. They're doing some big things, and they're definitely a big part of the motion that we have going on here right now with this podcast. Just making sure that all the pieces come together. So big shout out to Lump Made Publishing LLC. Shout out to Georgia State University in downtown Atlanta, Georgia. That is the campus that we are on. We are actually inside of the Creative Media Industries Institute building on the campus downtown Atlanta. So we just want to give a major shout out to the CMII building as well. And once again, a major shout out to Georgia State University and everybody that's here in attendance as well. So this is episode 2, and the title for the day is Know Where You Are Going. You have to know where you are going. So on episode 1, the title was Take the First Step. And that's a big part of this on your journey. But a part that might be a bit more important than taking the first step, but I have it as the second episode, is knowing where you're going, because you have to know what steps to take after you take that initial step. You know, taking that first step, big part of the game. Second most important part of the game, knowing where you're going, because it would be pointless to just walk and just be taking all these steps, but you're not taking steps in the direction of where you need to be going. You feel me? So my advice to people, anybody tuned in listening, would be to take some time to think about what it is exactly that you want out of this game, out of this industry, from being an artist, from being a producer, from being an engineer, photographer, a media journalist, whatever it is that you're doing. What is it that you want out of this? Where do you want to be in life? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in the next 10 years? Maybe not even that far down the road. Even if it's just the next 6 months or the next year, where is it that you want to be? What do you want to achieve? You know, who do you want to be? How do you want people to see you? Where do you want to be at position-wise? You know, whether it's a CEO, or do you just want to be the rapper? Do you want to be a label head? Like, what is it that you want? You have to take time to really decide those things, because without knowing your location, you will never have the right direction. And that is like I'm saying, it's the second, like I got it listed as the second most important thing in this game. But if you just out here wasting time, running around, going in circles, it's going to be pretty plain to see that you don't really know where you're going. But I'll go ahead and tell you, from the outside looking in, if I see somebody that's just going in circles and just doing things aimlessly, they don't really have a target that they're aiming for, or they don't really have a mark that they're trying to meet. Me personally, I can easily look and see like, that person's just gonna kind of like waste time and use a lot of their money and resources, and that person might be beneficial, but might not be the best person to have on the team, because I need people that are goal oriented around me. But let me just reiterate, just have a destination in order to know which direction to go. It's easy to get caught up in this game. I know I started making music like in 2017, towards the end of 2017, 2018-ish. Uh, and I can recall being in my partner C-Will 2 his apartment. We had a studio in there. Everybody used to be in there, a lot of sessions. Really where a lot of people got their start at around me when it came to music. And I remember just being in there after a session one night, and we watched 2 music videos. They were like the biggest videos at that time, and one of them was like Tekashi 6ix9ine, and one of them was like Lil Baby Freestyle. And it was just like hundreds of millions of views. And I just remember leaving out the studio discouraged. And I was just like, damn, bro, like, that's what it take to get on. Like, I either got to put all that colorful ass bullshit on, or I got to be like Lil Baby. And it was just like, I ain't now one of them, and I ain't trying to be now one of them. And I know for myself, I didn't want to get caught up in trying to be something or someone that I wasn't. And it really made me have to figure out who I wanted to be, where I wanted to be, and what I wanted to have. Because it would make no sense for me to follow the footsteps of those 2 guys that I just recently named if I don't care to be in their position. If I don't care, to be where they're at. If I don't care to be like them, that makes no sense. And starting off, I know plenty of artists who got caught up in different hype and different trends of what the majority were doing, all in hope to get somewhere, And what I'm suggesting is don't just settle to get somewhere. Figure out where it is you want to be and get there. Go there. Go where you want to go. Don't just go where everyone else is. Don't just go somewhere just to go. An example I like to use is, if you get in a car, and you say, man, I want to take a trip and I want to go to a beautiful place. I want to be around exotic women, exotic cars, good food, legal weed, just good vibes. And you get in your car and you go to the gas station, you gas it up, put air in your tire, get the oil change. You about to take this trip. You got your clothes packed and everything. And you get in the car and you crank it up and you go. You get on the highway and you just riding. And you like, I can't wait till I get there. But you still haven't decided on where exactly it is that you're going. You're just going to be burning gas. You're just going to be driving for miles. You're going to be excited to get somewhere, and you don't know where you're about to end up at. All because you haven't decided on where you are going. Now, let's use that same example, and let's just say you say the same things. You say, I want to be around some beautiful women, foreign cars, nice sky-rise buildings, beautiful water, good food. I want to be around all that. Now, okay, with that in mind, you now can make a decision to say, I want to go down to Florida, be more specific. You can be Tampa, Tallahassee, Miami even. Or you can say, you know what, I'm going to Cali. I ain't never been to California. I'm going to Santa Monica. You decide that you want to go somewhere, and you put it in your GPS, and now you know where you're going. Now you know how much gas you'll need, so you don't just be burning gas, so you're not just riding for hours. Because truthfully, depending on where you're located at, man, you might not be that far from your destination. And by knowing where you want to go, now you know how to get there. Now you know which roads to take. Now you know, okay, shoot, I could take this little shortcut and that might get me there quicker. Now you know, okay, I don't need to go down this road here because this road is not going to help me get to the location I'm trying to get to. It's not going to help me get to my end goal. And I hope I ain't sounding like I probably do sound like I'm repeating myself, and truthfully, I don't get no fuck. But, man, some people want to go somewhere fast, man, and it's like, That's really a crash course to burn out. Cause it's like you just be going fast for no reason and don't know where you're going. You know, a lot of people burn themselves out just giving their all, just doing everything they can, going fast, all in hopes of getting somewhere, but not knowing where they're going. So it's like all of their efforts, I won't say they're useless, because you never know what can come about from the seeds that you plant. You know, I know for myself, I've done a lot of things. I've given out a lot of stuff for free. I've done a lot of performances. I've worked with numerous people that truthfully didn't make sense. And, you know, to this day might not have helped much at all. But at the same time, you know, I learned a lot, and it did plant seeds with certain people in certain places. But even still, it that doesn't beat knowing where you want to be at, knowing where you're going, and planting seeds in that manner, because those seeds have definitely grown into, they blossom into trees, and you know, those seeds have definitely grown roots in the soil in order to help cement and establish who I am and where I am today. But lastly, I just want to say, man, make your journey a lot more simple by taking time to figure out what you want, so that you can know how to go about getting it. So before I close out, I'm gonna just tell y'all today, even before recording episode 2, I really had to sit down and just write out a little simple outline for this podcast. You know, like I said, I'm new to this. Even as I'm talking, I'm not sure if I'm making sense all the way. You know I'm making some sense, but I'm just hoping that it sounds crystal clear. But even if it doesn't, you know, I just have to keep going. But I didn't want to keep freestyling everything. So like I said, I made an outline, you know, for just my vision for the season, for this podcast. You know, how many episodes do I want to do? What is the goal? What am I talking about? What are the topics gonna be? You know, who are the sponsors? Just the whole nine. As well as drawing an outline for today's conversation, creating bullet points. And I'm saying all that to say, like, it doesn't matter what it is, man. It doesn't have to necessarily be on the music journey tip. It doesn't have to be on your job. It could be working out. It could be, you know, wanting to eat a healthier, having a better, having healthier eating habits. It could be having a better sleep habit. It doesn't matter what it is. You just have to know what it is that you want. What are your goals? What is it that you're looking to achieve? What are you looking to acquire? Because anybody could just do anything. But if you're wanting to actually see success with what you're doing, you have to map it out. You got to know where you're trying to be, where are you trying to go? What is the end goal? And from having your end goal, now you can figure out the formula step by step. It's just like how they say movie writers, screenwriters, show writers, you know, they have to write from the end to the beginning. And it's similar when it comes to your journeys. You have to figure out what the ending is going to be in order to figure out the rest of this shit. That's how you map it out. You got to know what the end's going to be. What's your end goal? Where are you going? Who are you going to be? What do you want to be known for? Figure those things out. So, episode 1, take that first step. Take that initial step. Take that leap of faith. Episode 2, know where you're going. Have a location. Have a destination so you can map out the rest. And I just want to say I appreciate y'all for tapping in, tuning in, listening. Like, share, subscribe, the whole 9. You know how that go, man. But just keep tuning in, man. And I'm gonna keep giving my all with this. Keep getting better. Keep mapping this out. You know, so I can continue to provide helpful advice, information, and really just great content. You know, I just want to give y'all some great content, man. That's just the truth. I'm a very creative person, a passionate person, and I love just helping people. So I hope that this does help you. If it does, man, shoot me, send me a DM or something. Let me know, man. I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate that type of stuff, man. And any suggestions that you might have for topics, guests that you might want to hear, be interviewed or anything like that, man. Let me know. Y'all stay on the lookout for episode 3. It's your boy Sabo World, and I'm signing out. Yo.
Okay, Sabo. Is this what we're really doing?